always say never go into restricted zones alone, but that was the whole point. My name is Alex, and after work, I become a stalker. Not an artifact hunter, but someone who seeks silence and forgotten places. This was the old flooded granite quarry, Quarry, the deaf one. A place with a bad reputation. A couple of tourists vanished here a few years back without a trace. Officially, they drowned. Unofficially, the rumors varied. I climbed over the rusty fence with warning signs. The air smelled of damp stone and rotten pine needles. I turned on my flashlight, but its beam only emphasized the impenetrable darkness around me. As a safety measure, I always carried a portable radio, a simple one, but with a good range. Checking if I was alone on the air had become a ritual. Radio check. Anyone on at Quarry? Come in. In response, only the hiss of white noise. I was about to clip the radio to my belt when, through the static, breathing broke through. Not steady, but strained, wheezing, like from someone with a bad cold or a throat filled with fluid. The chill down my spine was instantaneous. Hey, who is this? I hear you. Identify yourself. The breathing stopped, then a voice, distorted beyond recognition, but with a terrifying tone of proximity, scraped out. I'm on site. What site? I asked, instinctively looking around. Only tree trunks, like frozen sentinels. The quarry, Quarry, came the reply. You're at the old shack. I was indeed standing about 20 meters from a collapsed guard shack. A coincidence? Maybe. Someone watching from the other side? I took 5 steps sideways towards a huge boulder and crouched, turning off my flashlight. If you can see me, come out, wave a flashlight, I said into the radio, trying to keep my voice steady. A pause, and then, word for word, with the same hesitant intonation. If you can see me, come out, wave a flashlight. And added, now in its own tone, a low, wet whisper. Why are you hiding behind the rock? Scared? My stomach clenched. This wasn't a joke. This wasn't mimicry. This was an echo with intelligence. I turned off the radio, deciding that was the end of it. I sat in complete silence for a minute, then another, listening. Nothing. I decided to retreat to the car. I turned on the flashlight and walked quickly along the familiar path. The inner tension demanded an outlet. Stupid, but I turned the radio back on, and immediately heard in the speaker the sound of my own footsteps, an exact copy, but with a half-second delay. Crunch, crunch on the gravel. I stopped. The radio conveyed the sound of stopping. I turned around sharply, the flashlight beam darting into the void. On the radio, the same sound of turning and a sigh. Stop it! I shouted into the mic, gripped by panic. 3 seconds later, a calm, gurgling voice replied, Stop it, Alex. He knew my name. No one here could know that. I ran, stumbling, branches lashing my face. I wasn't looking at the path. I was just fleeing from that voice. The radio fell from my hands. I reached the spot where I'd left my car at the old sawmill. It was there. The keys trembled in my hand. And then I heard it. At first, I thought it was my own breath, ragged from running. But no, it wasn't coming from me. It came from behind the neighboring ruined garage. Heavy, wet, wheezing breathing, the same one. And a quiet, creaking voice, now without any radio, sounded from the darkness. I told you, I'm already on site. I didn't look back. I jumped into the car, hit the gas, and the tires screeched, spraying gravel. Only in the rearview mirror, in the clouds of dust, did I think I saw a tall, indistinct figure standing in the middle of the road, slowly, very slowly turning its head to follow the departing car. I never went back for the radio, and I never went out alone again.